Okay, so right now, sorry for not getting that to you guys yesterday. Just time. Time. But today I'll talk about briefly the worst writing experience assignment and basically the reader's responses, what they are. I'll start with the reader's responses. Essentially, it's my idea that for some reason, these great writers of the past have, their words are still with us. We still read Shakespeare, we still read, Chaucer, we still read, Malamute, we still read all of these authors that have been long since dead or have written years and years ago. So my thought has always been, what is it about these writings or these authors? What is it about their writing that makes them live? I mean, if you think about yourself, do you think that anything that you right now will be, in 200 years, people will still be talking about it, looking over it, remaking it and things like that, like they do with Shakespeare and stuff like that. Possibly, but chances are, probably not, but possibly. So what I like to look at is what is it about these writings that have made them last. It has made them live. So all the writers in the short story readers' responses, they're all great writers, or writers that have been hailed through the literary canon as great writers through history. The first one, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, one of these days. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Nobel Prize winning writer. Known as like the father of magic realism. So they're all great writers. So basically, the reader's response, I'm asking you to answer me three questions. I mean, you're not going to really answer these questions such as like, one answer, two answer, three answer. Rather, you're going to make like a little mini essay. And during this essay, you will address these three concepts. The concepts are essentially, firstly, what is your opinion? So what is your opinion of the piece? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Was it good? Was it crappy? Was it great? No, you probably can't even see that. Basically, what did you think of the piece? How was it? Was it, don't just tell me that you liked it or you didn't like it, but tell me, what you liked about it. Did you like the dialogue? Did you like how he just jumped you right into the scene? Did you dislike how you were confused and had no idea what that was even about afterwards? Firstly, tell me, what is your opinion? Secondly, just tell me, what is your interpretation? All right, so secondly, what is your interpretation? That looks horrible. Let me do it. What is your interpret? All right, so secondly, what is your interpretation of the piece? What's this piece really about? Is just like, for example, one of these days, is it just about a dentist? Is it just about a man, a mayor and a dentist? Or is it really about, love and the human condition? Is it about, what happens when those that you've oppressed have power over you? Or is it just a story about a mayor and a dentist? What I want you to do with that second question, what is your interpretation of the piece, is I want you to really dig beneath the surface of the words and figure out what's this story actually getting at. What is it actually, addressing? So basically what I want is your analysis. So analyze the story, look beneath the surface, and tell me what this thing is really about. All right, and lastly, so we got, what is your opinion? What is your interpretation? All right, what, as a writer, what, as a writer, can you learn from the piece? Basically, I want you guys to think about yourselves as writers. You're going to have many of the same tasks, the same frustrations that professional writers have. You'll have deadlines. You'll have, writer's block, all those types of things. So I want you guys to consider yourselves as writers for the next, 14, 15 weeks. And writers consider not only just what is written, but also how it's written. Not just, what happens, but also, how is it constructed? I don't know if you've ever read a story where you've, cried, cried, maybe a character died. If you read something like maybe A Fault in Our Stars or something like that, possibly at the end of that story you cried. And if you think about it, often we become emotionally invested in characters that have never existed, right? They have only existed in someone's imagination. Yet, I mean, they're not real. They never have existed. They never will exist. Yet, when they die, we're sad. Or yet, when something bad happens to them, we feel it. Or they overcome some kind of obstacle, we feel, triumphant for them. Or we feel like, we feel like empowered by their actions, even though they're not real. So, what I always consider is, how do writers do that? How does writers get us emotionally invested? How does a writer make us scared or afraid? Or how does a writer just really bring us to a scene? So this last question, what as a writer can you learn from the piece, essentially means, what can you learn about writing from what this author has done? If you were to be able to incorporate something that they has done into your writing that would make your writing stronger, what would that thing be? So essentially, that third question, what as a writer can you take, or what can you learn from it, means, what can you learn about writing from what this writer has done? All right. So, like I said before, you're not going to, just 1, 2, 3, answer. Rather, you'll write a little mini essay about 3.75 of a page in which you address those 3 concepts. All right. I'll make the other video for worst writing experiences on a separate video. It's kind of getting long.